Next up, we have The Emperor's New Groove. The movie was released on December 10th, 2000, just a few months after Dinosaur. The movie started production in 1994, not as The Emperor's New Groove, but as a musical epic titled Kingdom of the Sun. There's test footage of the movie on YouTube if you're curious. It wasn't finished obviously, but it looked nice. Sadly, the film was forced to be changed due to Pocahontas and The Hunchback of Notre Dame underperforming at the box office. Director Mark Dindal, I don't even know if I pronounced that right, honestly, who's known for his previous film, Cats Still Dance, was brought onto the project and suggested making the film more comedic, leading to the film we all know. And guess what? This movie underperformed as well. One part was that 2D animated films were starting to be overshadowed by 3D animated films. Another part is that this movie came out around the same time as How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I didn't see this movie until I was like 11, I think. When I first saw it, I thought it was one of the funniest Disney films I've ever seen. Almost 10 years later, yeah, I still think it's one of the funniest Disney films I've ever seen. It's kind of upsetting to see this movie wasn't as successful as it could have been, but that can honestly go for the majority of the post-Renaissance films, but one step at a time. Anyways, shit, I'm terrible at naming videos. We're gonna talk about the spirit of The Emperor's New Groove. The film opens up with our main character Kuzco as a llama, as he tells how he ends up this way. Before he was a llama, he was an emperor. You can quickly see that Kuzco is a spoiled brat who is too used to his emperor lifestyle. A few minutes later, we're introduced to Pacha. Kuzco tells Pacha that he's tearing down his village to make his pool. This man doesn't even give him a new place to stay. Kuzco is wild for this. Earlier in the movie, Yzma, the Emperor's advisor, was fired. While taking out some aggression, Kronk gives Yzma the idea to kill Kuzco. Kronk is tasked to slip poison into Kuzco's wine while at dinner. Kuzco drinks the wine, and instead of Kuzco dying, he turns to a llama. Now Kronk is tasked with getting rid of Kuzco, but accidentally loses track of him. Coincidentally, Pacha ends up with Kuzco. Kuzco forces Pacha to take him back to the palace, but Pacha refuses, just for him to come back and help him moments later.
I hate you.
Yzma quickly takes over as Empress, just for Kronk to slip up and mention that Kuzco is still alive. So they go back to find Kuzco. After Pacha and Kuzco wake up, Kuzco agrees to move his pool if Pacha helps out. Just for it to be a lie and Kuzco tries to diss Pacha, I'm crying. Kuzco falls down the bridge, so Pacha and Kuzco work together to make it out. Even though Kuzco lied to Pacha, he still agrees to help out Kuzco. They go out to eat and Pacha overhears Yzma and Kronk's conversation.
I should have done away with Kuzco myself when I had the chance.
Hey, cut that coughing shit out, man. Pacha tries to warn Kuzco, but for some reason he thinks he's lying. Then he finds out that Pacha was right. That was quick, huh? Kuzco becomes extremely shit, man. Kuzco becomes extremely upset at the fact that his attitude got him in the spot he's in. That is until Pacha comes back for him, and the journey continues. With Kronk and Yzma hot on the trail, it becomes a race to the palace. Once everyone makes it to the palace, Kuzco and Pacha try to find the poison to turn Kuzco back to normal, while also fighting off Yzma. After a few minutes of chasing Yzma, Kuzco grabs the potion and goes back to normal. Kuzco later has a change of heart and decides to move his pool elsewhere. Everyone joins for a pool party, and that's the movie. See, with Timothy reviews shorts, I sound like I'm skipping part of the movie, but I promise you I'm not. The only flaw I honestly have for this film is its pacing. The movie feels rushed towards its third act. It feels like the movie sort of hits fast forward once Kuzco finds out that Yzma wants to kill him. Besides that, honestly, this movie is hilarious. Kuzco is the only character that can somehow break the fourth wall, and it leads to some of the best jokes in the movie. David Spade is the voice of Kuzco, and it's a perfect fit, fam. He gives Kuzco this selfish personality, and I love it. John Goodman is great as Pacha, but Eartha Kitt and Patrick Warburton are easily the best part of the movie. Their comedic timing is so good. Yzma is a great villain, fam. She's just delightfully evil and I love it. Kronk is just hilarious. His airheadedness never gets old, and it mainly has to do with Patrick Warburton's performance. This movie isn't a musical, but it starts out with Kuzco's theme song, and it's catchy. The animation is nice as well. There are some great shots here, and I also love the fact that Kuzco's palace is huge, which leads to some great looking moments here. Bro, ain't no way I did a whole transition and I ran out of things to say. Before we wrap things up, I wanted to talk about the show that came out 6 years later, The Emperor's New School. This is probably one of my favorite Disney Channel shows. The show isn't perfect by any means, but it's fun to watch. David Spade doesn't return for this one, but his impersonator does a good job. Yeah, the show's great. I enjoy the characters, and the schemes Yzma comes up with to get rid of Kuzco is hilarious. The Emperor's New Groove is a classic. The movie's hella funny, and I don't see it becoming dated anytime soon. Animated beautifully, the pacing's a bit rushed toward the end, but at least the third act is fun to watch. This movie is still great 20 plus years later. I'm pretty sure you've all seen it, but if you did, watch this again, man, and experience the funniest Disney movie ever made. They need to come inside and check low. Relax yourself and let the shit flow. They need to come inside and check low.